it says I'm live. Why does the audio sound weird? Okay, hopefully this is working. Hey everybody, welcome to Engineering Scale Models. I'm Jason, your host. I do models and electronics, and now I occasionally do live streams. I don't know if anyone's going to pop into this, but we're going to just go over a few things and see if I can get my quick to work. Let's take that off and put that on. Okay, so I have my quick air station here, and I was having issues with setting the presets, so I watched some videos, and also it's stuck in Fahrenheit mode. So, as you can see, it's stuck in Fahrenheit, so I'm going to hold the temperature button and turn it on. Nope, that didn't do it. Let's try both temperature buttons. Nope. Holding both of them down doesn't seem to do it either. Okay. Both air buttons. Okay, so both air buttons don't do anything. Let's try temperature down and turning it on. Nope. Okay, so I'm going to have to look this up here on... Hey Jay, how's it going? Am I very quiet? Yeah, the audio level is low for some reason. Let me adjust that. Yeah, I'm not sure. I had computer issues all morning. Sound. How's that? Is that better? Disable that. Okay, that should be better. Okay, a little bit more. There we go. Okay. Is it still the same, really? Okay. Yeah, I have my microphone maxed out, so I'm not sure what's going on there. But I have some serious sound problems going on. Okay, we're good. Alright, so I have the quick here, and I need to search for this on the computer. Quick 861 DW. Temp setting. Temperature setting. Okay. Setting how to set. No, they're all videos. Yeah, I'm not seeing. So what does 2 and 3 do? Nothing. So I don't want to calibrate it. So it says 15 seconds. Oh, not that one. There we go. Oh. Aha. Okay, so let me. Okay, so I have it on Celsius. So channel 1 is now 480. I don't want 120. I want about 50. So I press and hold it. So channel 1 should be. Yep, okay. So channel 2, I'll probably do 430 at a higher airflow. Do it about 100. Okay, that's channel 2. And then channel 3, I'll do the same thing at about 20. So, okay, so I got it set. That was, yeah, I couldn't figure out how to set the change it to Fahrenheit. That was my issue. So I figured it out. You hold down 2 and 3 for 15 seconds, and then it'll switch. And then I was having issues setting the channels, but now they're set. So that's good. Okay, so that is working. Now, what I want to do is bring my microscope back in. I'm just messing around. I had some time. I wasn't even planning on streaming, but I figured I would hop on for a little bit. I'm gonna look at a switch now. Where's my HDMI lead? Okay. So I was working on this last stream on, I think it was yesterday. And I found that this trace, still getting used to the scope. So I found that this trace right here is bad. So I want to find out how bad it is before I get into this. Because I found this wire here. It may be a little big. Not sure. So we can look at the diameter of this on here. Focus in on the diameter of it. See, that is the diameter. So I'm hoping that I'm going to pull this chip. And I'm not going to pull that pad off. Alright, so I got the nozzle on. Let's grab some tweezers. Put on my flux. Put a little bit of flux on there. And I'm going to pull this chip. Probably need. There we go. Okay, that's. So we're going to pull this off of here. Okay, so we're going to get that chip off. I'm not 100% sure that chip's bad, but it probably is. Okay. So you can see the burn trace pretty bad. Looks like the only one. You can see it right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my soldering iron. Wow. I pulled that without having it on camera. Sorry. You can see the bad trace is right there. I'm going to add a little bit more flux. I'm going to take some solder here. Guess we can go full screen. All right. Okay, it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Still going to have to run a jumper. So I am going to use some of my Chem wick here, not good wick. Hey Coder, Phil, I pulled it. You can see the bad trace, right? It's right there. I pulled that chip. I couldn't wait. I wanted to take a look at what was underneath. So this is Chem wick from Chemtronics. I'm going to just soak up some of this in the middle. I hope so. Okay. Just wanted to get some of that middle off of there. I'm looking forward to trying that good wick. Alright, let me clean this up a little bit. Alright, I'm going to zoom down in on that. It's going to get real shaky. Alright. No, it doesn't seem to be moving. Phil, you still here? No, that's going to break. Okay, so let me push it back straight here. So yeah, that pad's completely lifted. So yeah, fingers crossed you get it working. You have the Scopix. You think you can get a display on the computer? I don't understand, Phil. So if I look at this wire, it looks a little big to sit a QFN on. And I wanted to do this stream so people could give me their opinion if this wire is too big. So it's about the exact diameter of a pad. Hey, crazy. Oh, now I know what you're talking about. Man, you got that early today. Well, you're 5 hours ahead, so never mind. I'm going to tend the soldering iron went to sleep. Alright. I'm going to tin the end of this wire. I want to see it without the coating on it. This brings back memories of that fantastic one you did last night, Phil. Okay. That's way too much. Okay, so if I look at that. No, I think it's too big. Yeah, I think it's too big too, Phil. Okay, yeah, I might wait for that because I have an electronic surplus store I could go to, but I don't leave the house. So I'm not going to be able to go up there. I could get some smaller stuff. This is 29 gauge. I know you don't use that, but yeah, see, this is 29 gauge. So I get it in rolls from the surplus store. But I think it's too big. But that's what I wanted to check. I wanted to pull that chip, see how bad that pad was, and check to see if that wire would be fine. But it's not. Okay, so that's about it for that one. So that one's going to get put up in its container. Slide. Oh, Phil, I figured out how to set my station to Fahrenheit, and I figured out how to program the channels. I did it first thing on the stream. So I have 3 channels set. Probably not correctly though. So okay, so but this is that Chemwick stuff. This is the .075. This for some reason is only 25 feet, which is odd for Chemwick. But then I have .1. This is 50 feet. And then I have a size 3, which is also .075, but it's different. This is called solder wick. So I'm not sure. It looks. Let's look at it under the scope and compare them. This one, let's put this here. This one is the solder wick. And this one is the Chemwick. So you can see it has a very fine braid and a lot of strands. I don't know if I see a difference in the two. They look about the same. One looks like it might have more flux in it. So, and then this is the number 4. This has even more braid and a finer weave. So that's what I use. So I got this stuff as a free gift It's 2mm Velmin desolder, and it's on this dispenser. It's pretty weird, but it's in this dispenser, and you just pull out what you need. So you just take out what you need, and then if you get too much, you can wind it in. It's good for big holes for like ports and stuff like that, but I don't know, it's just a weird system. I got it as a free gift with something I bought, but it's got a coarser braid than what the Chemwick has, but it does work, and it does have a lot of rosin in it, so I'm not sure. But that's the wick I have. I use this for through-hole components, as it does work really well of clearing the holes. And while we're on the subject of desoldering, this flux right here is nasty. It will clean corrosion like you've never seen, but the smoke it puts up, and it's so dark, it is some nasty, nasty stuff. Hey RB, how's it going? But this is Kester. This is the same brand as the solder I use, and this again was a free gift when I bought 3 rolls of solder. If you have heavy corrosion, this stuff works great. You put it on, reflow it, and it's clean. But nasty, have to have a fume extractor. The smoke this puts off is disgusting. I've had that tube for a while. I don't use it very often. Alright, so what else can we look at? Oh, let me show you the charging of the LCD connector switch that doesn't go into fast charge. Because that is an oddity. And now watch, it's not going to work. So this is the one with the bad LCD connector. And if I plug the battery into it, and I get some power here into this horrible meter, and I plug it in, it seriously is not going to do anything. See, this is what it did last time. It's not showing any draw. Okay, so this was working yesterday. If I flip it over, what do I get? Okay, see, I flipped it over, it's 15 volts, and it's drawing 1.98. Yesterday it was like 4.95, or 0.495, so now it's drawing that at 15 volts, so that's weird. Now if I plug it back in this way, it's working again, and it's drawing a 1/4 of an amp at 15 volts. So either my meter's dirty, or the port's dirty, or the port's bad. So one is no fume extractor. No, that Kester stuff is bad. It'll smoke you out. Oh, RB, that stinks. You didn't get a PS5. Yeah, is that what you're... Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. This is the one I changed. This is my first ever port change. And know if it's just dirty inside or what. Let's see if we can't figure this out. Let's look at it under the scope. Alright. So if I check these pins, just looking for something. It have bridges under the port, you think so? Well, I got a better station now, so, but none of these move, so I don't think so. Alright. Okay, now. This is the one I sent you. If you look at the back, it got a little melty in the back of it. So I don't know if it got too hot or what. Unless... Yeah, I think that bad hot air station I had gave me some issues. So I'm hoping I can change that with the quick easier. Unfortunately, I don't have any USB-C ports. I'm waiting for my order from AliExpress. So that is another thing on my wait list, along with the LCD connector. See if I can look in there here with this here. It might be too close. Yeah, it is too close. This working height I have now is so much better. I can turn a board straight up, and I can't get anything in there to grab those pins. Let's check the port. Yeah, it's all melty in there. And it looks swelled up on one side. What I don't understand is when I changed it, I just dropped the port in. I don't remember adding any more heat to it. Or at least not that much heat. So yeah, that's got to be changed again. So my first ever port replacement, apparently that's a fail. So this one should come off pretty easy because it has leaded solder. And then the quick station should allow me to change it a little bit easier because that other one, the temperature fluctuated so much. So yeah, it does look bad inside. So that is where I'm at. So this one needs a port and an LCD connector. The LCD connector I have, but I am waiting to change that for a stream possibly on my birthday. My birthday is coming up in a week, in a couple days. So I'm going to do a birthday stream where I change the LCD connector. knock all these components off the back and have to replace them. So that's going to be fun. Yeah. Oh, a little tip, Phil. I can't show you because I don't have the exact ones you have, but I can show you on my more expensive ones that do less stuff. If you look, you see it's set on L inductance, and then I can scroll through it here. But if I put it on auto mode, so if I try to measure this inductor here in auto mode, it's reading as a resistor. So a very high resistor. If I come to this inductor here, it's reading as a resistor. So when you're measuring things, excuse me, when you're measuring things in circuit, you need to take it off auto mode. So if I want to measure an inductor, I'll go to inductance, and I'll do it here. And why can't I read this coil? Okie dokie. So is that coil bad? Oh, there it goes. So 2.136 microhenries. It just had some flux built up on it. But if you look in the top, okay, it cleared out on me. If you look at the top, it says RS. That's the series resistance of it. This inductor's pissing me off. Let's go to this one. So if I go to this, it's 570. So it's in circuit, so it's going to jump because it's charging a capacitor. But you let it settle out, and it has a series resistance of between 1 meg, and then as the capacitor charges and discharges, it drops down to 1 ohm, which is about normal. But having it on a set setting, if I go back to auto mode here and I measure a capacitor, I know this one's 1 microhenry. So it's giving me nano, and it did read it as a capacitor, which is odd. Normally it doesn't do that. If I measure this one, see, now mine's going to look better because it's going to get all the components right. Let's measure this little itty bitty resistor here. And knock its resistor off, watch. So that's reading 4.6K, which I know that's not true. So that was in auto mode. It was reading 4.6K. I know that's a 100 ohm resistor, or a 100K resistor. So 3.916K on a 100K resistor, that seems odd. Let's measure this one. So again, I'm getting 3.7K. Now what do I get in actual resistance mode? $3.8K. Huh, that's strange. What is this reading? See, if I read that, fuse, that's reading megohms. So as you can see, even a more expensive one gives you issues. So what I'm going to do is I am going to take it out of manual frequency. No. Okay, so I'm going to go to this one's weird. Okay, so it should be 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. There it goes. So now I am measuring series resistance. So that should give me, yeah, this one has tons of features that are nearing. Port seems bad. Definitely issue. Oh well, Amazon had them. That's crazy. They sold out, yeah. If I had more viewers, they would have sold out quicker. Okay, so let's measure this. Now, I know that this is a 0 ohm link because I put it in myself. So, at a 1 kilohertz frequency, measuring actually parallel resistance, I'm getting 40 megohms. So, and I know that's a 0 ohm link because I put it in the other day. So if I come here and I go 1, 2, 3. Alright. And I measure series resistance. It's still measuring 40 meg. Let me just check something here. Yeah, it's reading the same on a good one. So, they can have issues measuring components in circuit, but if you learn how they read by looking at known good values, you can find discrepancies in the circuit. These don't do diode mode or voltage, which would be nice because then you could power the circuit or inject voltage and measure the voltage drops across resistors, and then you can find out where power is being consumed, because you could take a simple resistor, if it's dropping 1 volt or 2 volts out of 15, that means 13 volts are being dumped somewhere else. And if you know the current, then you can calculate the amount of power being dumped on one single line. So you can actually find the line that has all the power being shorted into it. So that's good for the voltage mode. These don't have voltage mode. That's why I ordered a pair of the other ones. But like I said, they're more designed for measuring components out of circuit, but they can be used to troubleshoot a circuit. Like if I go into capacitance mode and I measure this capacitor right here. Now if I measure this, it gives me an RS of 239 megohms. Okay, so that tells me the internal resistance of that capacitor, the ESR, is about 240 megohms. If I turn on my meter real quick, probably should have turned it on, and where's my probes at? And I come in here. And I put it in. We'll do resistance to ground. So resistance. I'm not going to put the meter on the screen, but actually we'll just do continuity mode because it'll beep. So this beeps at anything under 50 ohms. So if I put here and I touch this, it's 44 ohms to ground. So if I come across this, it's reading 61 ohms. But that is because it's a low impedance line. But with the LCR meter, I was able to tell that the actual internal resistance of this capacitor was in the megohms, so that tells me the capacitor is good. So if you come across and you touch a capacitor and you find a shorted line, you can measure the internal resistance of that capacitor to see if it's the actual capacitor that is shorted. And if it's not, if it has a high internal resistance, then you know that the short is going to be somewhere else on the line. So it's not 100% foolproof. I'm doing good, Zach. How are you? It's not 100% foolproof. There's still, intuition and diagnostics that needs to be involved in it. But the LCR tweezers are very useful, especially the ones that do diode and voltage. Like these don't do diode and voltage, which makes me mad, but I do, and I do like these. They do work pretty well. But you run into weird cases measuring capacitors ESR rating, because if I come to this one here and I measure this capacitor, it has, well, now it's going to prove me to be a liar. So it has a ESR of 740 megohms. So that is that. But if I come with, so you can tell the series resistance, the actual impedance of the capacitor within itself, and it should be in the megohms. Occasionally you'll have one that has a low resistance, or it will discharge through another capacitor, and it will fluctuate between megohms and you're not going to learn anything here, Zach. I have nothing to teach at this point. I'm just going over these meters. I'm going to do an in-depth view when I get a pair like the coder got yesterday. Mine was ordered first, just so I know, so everybody knows, and he got his first by like days. I believe mine's still in New Jersey. Let's see where mine is. Let's see if we can find out where my pair is. Well, let's look. Your pair says it is still being delivered, and it says COVID emergency. And then mine says departed Moore Township, New Jersey, on the 16th. That was 3 days ago at 12:30 a.m. So unless they're driving it down on a moped, it shouldn't take 3 days to get to Florida. So I'm not sure about that. So, but again, he got his, and it said it was still taking a while to ship, so I'm not sure. Your flux was rejected at the depot, and you're almost out too. Yeah, I just I basically found a blown track from the last stream. I changed the filter, and that track was blown. I pulled the chip to see how bad it was. I thought I found some right size wire, but it's too big, so I'm gonna wait for some right size wire, and then I will finish that one, and then this one will be 100%. But I'll be keeping it. And then I'm still working out the auto RCM on the first one, and then this one, in addition to needing an LCD connector, needs to have the port changed again. So when I do the LCD, when I get some ports in, I don't have any ports. I have a guy that I can get switches from for 80 a broken switch if I buy 5 at a time, and he bought my last 3 ports off me because he had an emergency. So I went ahead and sold him my 3 ports because I didn't have any port jobs at the moment, and I have like 15 on order. So I was like, oh, I'm not going to need to change a port until I get some. So now I have no ports, and who knows when that order from AliExpress is going to get here. So I am in a holding pattern. Next week, guys, I am on break. I have the channel set up on autopilot. I have videos uploaded for the whole week. Nothing really exciting. So I may stream Saturday if I get the AliExpress order in or any other items in. I will stream on Saturday. If not, I probably won't stream again until November 30th, which is my birthday, and that'll probably be my next stream, and I should have everything I need by then to change the LCD connector, to change that port, to do that trace repair, and I should have the auto RCM thing worked out to see if that's the issue, and then I can actually move forward to fixing that. Hold on one second. Donovan, you know it's 8:20, right?
What?
You know it's 8:20, right?
Oh, I thought you said I could play during your thing.
Yeah, but you have school. Sorry about that, guys. My son has school, and he was watching a video. It's all good. I'm about done here. So, nothing too exciting, but I am taking next week off. It's Thanksgiving here in America, and my son's out of school, so we're going to play Borderlands 2 on the Switch because the new DLC, that Commander Lilith DLC, was available for download. I found it yesterday, so we're going to try to level up to level 80. If you guys think I should stream a gameplay of that, let me know if you think I should stream a gameplay of the Switch. I think I can do it. I think I can plug my dock into my capture card, and you can see me fumble around in a game with my son. So if you guys want to see that, let me know. If you're watching this back, you can leave a comment whether you want me to stream. But I'll be playing it all next week in the morning time around this time. So if you guys want me to stream it, I'll stream it. It won't be but maybe a 2-hour session. We're not starting any characters from scratch. We're just going to be leveling up and farming for gear. But I'm not very good, so my son pretty much carries us through the game. So that's going to be it. So like I said, I have videos for all next week, but no new stuff. It's all stuff that was previous filmed. And I'll be back for sure November 30th on a stream, unless some stuff shows up early, and I'll be on Saturday. So thank you guys so much, and you guys have a fantastic day.